Hi friends, it's Miss Dina, and today's activity we're going to talk about patterns. Hi, so today's activity is called Picture Patterns. Now, we've discussed patterns as in like A-B patterns where we had like red, blue, red, blue, red, blue. Or A-B patterns, we had red, red, blue, red, red, blue. We talked about making those kind of patterns. Well, patterns are all around us, and so I have some pictures of some patterns that I want us to look at and talk about. So here's my first one. Does anybody recognize this pattern? Yes. Have you seen this pattern around your school? Where else might you see this pattern? This pattern. Good. All right, let's take a look at another one. Does anybody recognize this pattern? It comes from an animal. Does anybody know what the animal is? Very good. It's a cheetah. All right, let's look at the next one. Ooh, this is a very cool pattern, kind of retro. That means a long time ago. But this is a pattern that would sometimes be called argyle because of the diamond shape. But yeah, so that's kind of a fun one. All right, let's look at our next pattern. This one happens to be on the floor. You can kind of see the different squares that make up this pattern. So it's kind of offset. So you have like square, 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 and then these ones are like in the middle of the next two squares. So check out the floors at your school or at your home and see if you can discover a pattern. All right, then we have this pattern. It's kind of a fun, simple pattern, and it is a pattern because if you look the way the flowers are arranged, they are arranged kind of in a, I don't know how you would describe it, like a offset. They're not in a straight line. They're kind of here and here and here, but offset. So that is a pattern. And here's another one. Does anybody recognize what this comes from? Yes, this is a giraffe. Very good, very good. All right. Here's another fun, colorful pattern, and these are called hexagons. Hex means 6. These are 6-sided shapes, and then you have the white lines between each shape. So that is a pattern. All right, this is probably one of my favorites because I am a pineapple person. I love pineapple. So, oops, what's the next one? So this one is fun because you can see it goes pineapple, and then it's got 3 triangles, and then pineapple, and 3 triangles, and pineapple, and 3 triangles. So this pattern continues all across this picture. So that is a pattern because it does repeat. All right, then let's look at this one. This is a fun one. We call this polka dots because the way they are arranged in a pattern, that is a pattern. And then we have this one, which is a zigzag pattern. And let me make sure. Okay, so those are some of our patterns. So I want you to take notice around your house, maybe go for a walk and see what patterns you can find. If you're able to, take pictures of them. If you can print them out and make a little book, that you could do that. Or you could have your child try and draw the pattern or something like that. Okay, so for the different levels, because this is activity, I know it seems pretty straightforward what I'm asking you, but encourage your child to identify simple patterns on objects or animals in the environment. Point to each part of the pattern as you name it. So for example, you're pointing to the green and red lines on that ball. Here's a green line, here's a red line, here's another green line. That's a pattern. So just kind of talk about the pattern. You know, if it's a zigzag, you know, it's an up and down pointed line. What color is it? That kind of thing. The next level will be to encourage the child to find and describe a pattern. Ask him to copy the simple pattern with the paper and crayon. So here you are trying to get them to recreate that pattern. And then next level, invite the child to identify a pattern and copy it on paper. Ask the child to verbally extend the pattern. So ask them to tell you what would come next in that pattern. Encourage him or her to also represent the extended pattern on paper. So not only are you having them verbally say it, but you're having them write it on paper as well. The next level would be invite the child to create a pattern and extend it. So, you know, you've been doing this a while, you've explored patterns, they understand what a pattern is, so now they can create and extend that pattern. And show the pattern and ask the child to add to it. And then finally, discuss a growing pattern with the child. Show them photos of a growing pattern. Encourage the child to create a growing pattern on paper or collage materials. So this picture shows us boxes stacked in a warehouse. They are stacked in a growing pattern. Each stack is taller than the next one. How would you like to make a growing pattern? Okay, so kind of that stair step would be a growing pattern. So you can have them do kind of that growing pattern. So questions to talk to your child about or questions to keep in mind while you're with your child while you're doing this activity. Was the child able to recognize and describe patterns? What patterns did the child copy, extend, or create? Was the child able to grasp and use the materials to make a pattern? So were they able to hold the pencil or crayons or markers? How long was the child able to attend to the experience? So over time, your child's attention span should get longer and longer. So it's just a way for teachers to see if they're doing, better with the attention span. And it takes time. 3-year-olds they have a very short attention span, and then some 5-year-olds have a very short attention span, but it should over time get a little bit longer. Also, don't forget that you get credit for doing these activities on your pink in-kind volunteer sheet. So make sure you let your teacher know if you're doing any of these activities. I'm sure they would love to see what your child is doing at home, and If you want to drop in the comments too, what you're doing, that would be fabulous as well. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Hit the bell icon if you would like to get notifications about brand new videos. And as always, thank you so much for watching. It means a lot to me. See you next time.